Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode. Today we're going to get more familiar with some of the linear functions we might encounter. So just to remember, for each of the following graphs, we need to identify the following. We need to find that every equation will be written in the form y equals k times x plus m, where k is the slope and m is the y-intercept. This example is done for us. We need to find two coordinates on the line. We need to find the slope of the line, the direction of the line, the y-intercept, and finally put it all together. So let's move on to the next example. Here we have in a line two different coordinates on the line. Let's choose. Coordinate here is 0, 1, and perhaps we choose coordinates for that are 1. The slope of this line, you can read it from the graph. Go down 1, the rise is 1 down, so we can say -1. Run will be 1 to the right. Another way we can write this is dark. The direction of the line, well, as we see, it's going down to the right. And we notice that our slope is negative. Say it's negative. Our y-intercept, that coordinate there, which we found, is 0. In our equation, y is equal to -1x plus. That is it for that example. Let's move on to example. We need to choose two different coordinates on the graph. Here's one. Call that 1. 0, -1. Stick. And we choose this one here. X is 2, y is 0. Our slope, you can see it, it's up. It's going to rise 1. Run 2. Our slope is 1/2. Our direction of our line is up to the right. And we see that the slope here, positive slope. Say the graph is positive. Our y-intercept, 0, 1. Our equation for the line, y equals kx plus m, where k is the slope, for 2x. Y-intercept, 0, -1. Equation is y equals 1/2x minus 1. Let's look at example 4. Example 4, we need to choose two coordinates. Try new ones down here. Well, that coordinate have is -4, 2. And coordinate here, 2, 4. Find the slope. You can do it in two ways. Let's calculate it. Well, we need to find the difference in our vertical change, which means we find the difference between our y values. So we can say that 4 minus running change, our y values, minus the horizontal change, would be find between difference or x value. That can be found when we do 2. That means here 4 minus 2. Get that? We get 6, 6, or their slope is. That means that between each coordinate on the graph, it's going to rise 1. 1 is written as so. It's going to rise 1, run 1. Let's take a look at the graph. Here, we'll start at coordinate -4, -2. We're going to rise 1, run 1. Coordinate. Rise 1, rise 1. Perhaps we want to run 1. That works. Rise 1, and we can run. Great. Or if you want, you can rise 6, run. The direction of our line, as you see, up to the right. That means the graph is. See that from our slope. Our y-intercept, trace there. Here's our y-intercept. X is always 0. Y here is 2. Put this all together. Have y equals x 2. Or you can write y equals. Example 5. So example 5 here, we have a horizontal line. So let's start with 2 coordinates. This coordinate, 0, 2. And let's say this one here. X is 2. Y is 2. You should notice that the y value is the same. 2. So slope, remember slope requires 2 movements. It needs to rise, it needs to run. So let's look. From here, we want to go to this point here. Well, it actually doesn't rise at all. There rises 0. Runs 2 to the right. And we know that 0 divided by 2 is our slope is actually 0. The direction of the line, just say it's flat. Call it 0 slope. The y-intercept, 0, 2. Our equation for our slope and value are important. Y equals 0, x plus 4. You can write it as y. Since anything, substitute in for x, we multiply it by 0. Doesn't matter for any value. You can see that in the graph. When x is -4, y is still 2. When x is -2, y is still 2. For any of these points on the line, y always greater than. And our last example, we have a situation here where it doesn't look like anything we've really dealt with before. Let's take a look at the coordinates. Let's use this coordinate. The x is 1. Say 1, 4. And do it there. X is going to be 1 again. Y, x-intercept. The slope, same as last time, we need to know what the rise and what the run is. Rise divided by run. Well, to get from this point, we need to rise 4. But in this case, we actually don't run. We don't move to the right at all because it's directly above. So we can say the no run, say 0. When we do this math, Our calculators can't figure it out because it's undefined. Say undefined. It says calculation error because we cannot divide by 0. Defined. So the direction of the line we'll say is vertical. Say the slope. You can't divide by 0. Our y-intercept, since there's no run, means that the line does not move horizontally, which means it doesn't actually cross the y-axis. So we actually say there's no y-intercept. This line will go on forever and ever, and it will never cross this y-axis. Then none. This where it gets a little bit tricky. We always know that the equation of every straight line is y equals kx plus m. Well, k is undefined. There's no slope. Undefined, so we have to wait for what to write there. Our m value, there's no y-intercept, so that we can't write anything there. So we need to really think outside the box. What do you notice between each coordinate? Value is 1. This value, for example, is 1. Value here is 1. Value here is 1. And you can go on and on. But what do you notice between the values of x's? X value does not alter, it does not change. X is always equal to 1 for every value of y. X is always equal to 1. So that is our equation. X is equal to 1. Doesn't matter what y is, x is always equal to 1. That's it for today. I hope this video was helpful and you were able to learn a little bit. If you found it interesting, please like this video. And if you want to learn more, take a look at the channel and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a great day.